Alright guys, and last but not least for chapter 2, example problem 3, translating equations of circles to standard form. This is my favorite thing. Alright, so we're going to transform them by completing the square. Standard form, in case you didn't know, is for a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. We're going to transform this standard form equation to that by completing the square, which we have done before in math. So our first step is we're going to add 14 to both sides. So we're going to move this 14 over here to keep all the variables on one side. We're going to group the x's and y's together in their own sets of parentheses and rewrite the equation. So what I did was I took x squared plus 6x, moved it down here, and then y squared minus 10y. Put that in its own parentheses and add them, equals 14. So you're just grouping them together. It's pretty simple. This is when it starts to get a little complicated. So we're going to divide the second term in each of the parentheses by 2. Then square both of those solutions and add them to both sides of the equation. So this usually makes sense more by showing rather than talking. So basically what I'm saying is we're dividing this by 2, which is 3. Then we're squaring it. Same here. Dividing by 2, -5, and we're squaring it. This value, as I just mentioned, follow the arrow, is getting placed right there. Here. Leave it, that seems strange, but to leave it in that form. So rewrite this and still add that because it makes this part down here a lot easier. But we can't forget that we're adding this, so we have to add it to the other side too. So 3 squared here is 9, and that goes over there. And -5 squared is 25, which as you can see also goes over there, and you add it to the 14, since we added them here. Then we simplify that side, so 14 plus 9 plus 25 is 48, that's not hard. Then to rewrite this into this form, RH and K, is actually right here. That's why I told you to leave it in that form, because that 3 is your H and this -5 is your K. So move the 3 down to here. Move the -5 down. Put it in for K. So then we have x plus 3 squared plus y minus 5 squared equals 48. So there's our equation in standard form. All right. I apologize. I think I might have called this standard form earlier. That's not standard form. This is, I think I was pointing the wrong one. This is standard form. I'm sorry. Okay. Here we go. So if this is our answer for the equation, r squared equals 48. It also asked us up here to find the center and radius of the circle. Always make sure you read all parts of the question so you don't forget to do that. So the center and the radius. So if this is 48, this is the radius is written up here in the r squared value. So the radius, r squared is 48. If 48 is the radius, so r squared would be 48. So the radius is the square root of 48. Now this was kind of a concept from chapter 0 that I didn't really go over because I didn't have one that ended up like this. but 48 can be divided into 16 times 3, and the square root of 16 can be solved, so that'd be 4 root 3, just to make it more simplified the whole way. So that would be your radius. And then, to find the center is your h and k values, which are up here, negative h, negative k. So it's the opposite of what is written. So here we have our h and negative k. So we're taking 3, the negative of h, which would be negative 3, and the negative of negative 5. 2 negatives make a positive, which would be 5. Transfer them down here, put them in ordered pair. That's your center. And there we have our center. So there you go. Hope that makes sense. It's really not that bad once you get used to it. There you go, guys.